How's your life
How's
going?
everyone doing today?
So yeah, since last time we saw you, a lot of random stuff has kind of gone down.
Oh yeah, just some awesome stuff that's so great. And I feel like none of us are living in a nightmare, so that's good.
Yeah, multiple things, like there obviously were crazy fires in LA.
Oh my god, yeah.
Which is just like unfortunate.
That was brutal.
And
I'm
then
really sorry if anyone had to evacuate the fires, if anyone is in LA.
Yeah, really
need to
not
do some evacuation moments.
not great, and
It's not great.
Pretty sad. And then on top of that, then there was this weird shit the other day with TikTok.
Oh my fucking god.
Not that those are on the same level.
No, they're
in
not
any
at
way,
all.
shape, or form.
They're not at all. They were just both in the same moment.
Yeah. Really weird.
Well, the thing about TikTok is that what is so weird about it is that they played the game of like, oh, actually, we're going to take it away. Oh, actually, we're not. But like the way they did it was so clearly manipulative. And I sort of feel like if someone's going to try to be manipulative, do it well. You know, like if you're going to be bad, at least do that well. Like at least be good at being bad enough to justify that you're, you know, like at least be a good villain. Don't be like bad and stupid about it or like manipulative and obvious. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the warning, the like notification we all got too, being like, hey, just so you know, like it's gotta go, but we're very confident that President Trump is gonna fix this. We're babies and President Trump is gonna come swoop in and be happy. What was that?
Yeah, and then they came back and they were like, thanks to big, strong, sexy President Trump with his big thighs, TikTok is for you to enjoy again, just like we know how much you love it, baby. It was just so like
really weird.
Like do better at masking what you're doing.
Yeah, really, really strange.
It was it was very weird. It was very like it was giving situationship with a toxic person.
He was very much so like somebody broke up with you and then 5 seconds later.
No,
we're like,
I never did.
No.
You know what it is? It's the guy that roofies you. So that when you get roofied, he goes like, oh my God, let me help you. I don't know if that's a guy, but that's what that is, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it does feel like that
it gives freaking you out to be your savior. And hey, now that's what I call
music.
Manipulation.
Oh, right, your thing. Yeah, it was really weird.
How did you feel for the 3 seconds TikTok was gone?
Obviously, like a little like, oh man, like, oh God, that's not going to be, I mean, just as like content creators, like that's a hard one.
Whose like livelihood depends on it.
Yeah, that's a hard one. But also, you know, there is like a momentary thing where you go like, all right, I guess I could stay off.
I gotta be
media.
honest. I feel like so many apocalyptic things have happened, not only personally in the past year or two, but I think generally in the past 5 years to everyone, that it just sort of feels like if you were like, oh, aliens are invading tomorrow, I'd be like, okay, well, we'll figure it out. We'll take it one day at a time. Like, you know, it's like, which is, I guess, the upside of being.
Well, and when that, because that
kicked
kind
in the
of
teeth over and
also
over
kind of happened.
Yeah.
Because like.
Well, yeah, when they were like, there are aliens and everyone's like, we love it.
Yeah.
Did you see the thing where the New Jersey, this was a couple weeks ago, but the New Jersey governor was like being like, what the fuck are these things in the sky?
No.
My parents like won't stop quoting it. There were like these orbs in the sky out in front of New Jersey, or like on top of.
Do we know what they were?
I don't. I stayed away from it because I was going through a stressful week in general, and I was just like, I don't need orbs right now. Sometimes you can handle an orb. I couldn't handle an orb during that time.
Sure.
But he like does this whole speech where he's like, if the government doesn't tell us what the fuck these orbs are, we're gonna start shooting them. I just found out I'm a grandfather. It's a healthy baby girl. And apparently that's like a whole thing. I mean, I definitely misquoted it because I'm quoting it through a grapevine. Sure. But it was a thing that my parents wouldn't stop talking about for like 3 days.
I love that. Also, throwback to one time a girl in high school posted something on Facebook and in her status wrote, as you may have heard through the grapevine.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Instead of the grapevine, it was the grapevine. And I thought that was pretty iconic.
I mean, like, I think it should be the grapevine.
I think so too. Like the idea of this like all-knowing grapevine.
It's like this gossipy fucking vine.
Yeah, and it
like slithers down and it's like, hey.
Yeah, it like
Katrina was talking talking shit about you.
Yeah, it tells you what's going on. I feel like it feels kind of like
Marissa's pregnant.
It feels like very like Garden of Eden.
It's very Garden of Eden. But instead of like, hey, eat the apple, it's like just a toxic like gossip vine.
Yeah, it's the gossip.
You know the
vine.
ukulele song, The Toxic Gossip Vine?
Wow, that was a stretch. That was a stretch. It took me a second, and I was like, got it.
Oh yeah, got
What
it.
is
Almost.
a toxic gossip train?
I think so.
All right,
I don't know.
great.
I don't know.
Love
Guys,
that.
I don't know.
Speaking of toxic gossip train, really great news. The other night, Olivia and I watched Christian Mingle.
Oh, gotta see Christian Mingle.
Which is obviously like a movie that is a full-length trailer for Christian Mingle.
For the website Christian Mingle. It's one of our favorite hate watches. The thing about Christian Mingle is that it is a feature film starring Gretchen from Mean Girls.
Yeah.
And it's about a girl who is like a business woman who's never found love, and everyone around her is getting engaged. And she keeps seeing ads.
And she needs to because time is running out because she's 30 and now undesirable.
Yeah, exactly. And and so she keeps seeing ads for the website Christian Mingle and being like, oh, if I should just get it. Instead of getting an eHarmony, she pretends to be Christian.
Well, she is Christian.
Yeah, that's true. She's Christian. She's just not that Christian.
The whole conflict of the movie is she's just not that Christian.
Yeah, she's like, I go to church.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, that's nothing, you
not Christian
goddamn
enough.
whore. Like, it's crazy.
Also insane because the inciting incident of the movie is a commercial for Christian Mingle.
Yes. And that is a repeated, like, plot,
device. Yeah. She sees a commercial for Christian Mingle. She goes, I'll sign up for Christian Mingle. The first date she goes on is good, and it's with the guy she ends up with.
His name is Paul Wood, and everything about him is bad.
He's truly a piece of white bread dipped in a puddle of water. He
It's
is
so
nothing.
bad. And he's like one of his things is like they go out for sushi, and he's like, I don't know about this foreign food.
Yeah,
I'm more of a chili cheesesteak guy. And he like spits out the sushi, and then I guess it's like, Christianity, you're not supposed to eat sushi.
Is it?
I don't know. What do you think it is?
I think
what did you take from that? Because that's all I could guess.
I took that it's
all
like...
I could guess is like, be an American and eat American foods because you're a Christian.
I took that it was like how endearing that this guy is the whitest man who's ever existed. And she finds that fun and cute.
And then she's like, I don't really, maybe I don't like sushi either. Like, I'm going to get a chili or whatever. Then they go to a place called Steak and Cakes. And they just serve like slabs of steak and a bunch of different cakes.
And like the scene is them at a table surrounded by a bunch of steaks
jamming
on
their
a plate.
forks and steaks and putting them on their...
And a bunch of full cakes.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because...
No sides.
No, and you would never get your entree and the dessert at the same time.
No, you
that doesn't
wouldn't
make any
unless
sense.
you were like on death row.
Well, unless you're at Steak and Cakes,
Unless you're at Steak and Cake. And I guess kind of transitioning into an announcement...
Yeah, the reason I brought that up is because we said the word train, and at some point he says,
I love trains so much.
No, at some point, no, that would make him endearing.
Yeah, that would at least make you go like, aw,
Okay,
trains,
cool.
that's awesome.
His special interest is trains.
Yeah, we
I
love
love
that for him. Okay, cool.
But instead he's just,
No,
God,
everything he says makes you want to pull your skin off.
He says something like, oh, God, it's so bad I'm dry. He says something like, she says something like... I'm silly, and he's like, all aboard the silly train, next stop Funny Town. It's something that stupid. It's something that brain rotting stupid. Anyway,
I'm gonna text the crisis hotline now.
Yeah, we might as well call it.
But you guys, one of our favorite things to do in the whole wide world is hate watch a great bad movie. We love a great bad movie. There's nothing more lovable than a great bad movie.
And we really wanted to do a movie night with you guys where we hate watch a movie and heckle it, and we're doing it.
Yeah, we're doing it. So
suck
on that, okay?
We're doing a live movie night where we heckle it.
It's going to be a live stream.
And it's going to be on Patreon, so if you are a Patreon member, it's only $5.
It's
you can go over there.
You can sign up for this live stream and then cancel. I wouldn't recommend it. It wouldn't benefit me, but you can.
It's going to be on the 23rd of
Thursday,
January.
the 23rd at 6 p.m. Pacific. 6 p.m. Pacific
Yes.
time, which is our time,
Yes.
LA time.
And so if you are watching this in January, you can tune in. And we're going to try to make it available afterward, but we haven't figured that out
this
yet.
is our first time doing it, so bear with us. We are going to hopefully have the whole live stream be available afterwards as well. And we are also going to hopefully make this hopefully like monthly thing or so where we watch a movie and you guys get to
watch it with us.
But
we have figured out a movie to hate watch.
Yeah, so we're announcing our first hate watch movie. Mm-hmm. The first movie we're hate watching is a really easy buy-in. If you've never hate watched a movie, if you don't understand what the concept is, it's going to be really good. It's a movie called Llamageddon.
So that doesn't sound good.
So if you don't know anything about Llamageddon, look it up. And or just don't and hate watch it with us. We love it.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen this movie before.
I watched it once when I was drunk and I only remembered the credits sequence.
Yes.
So I think we're in a good place to kind of give our thoughts for the first time.
It's definitely going to be really fun. And you get to watch it live with us. We just pop some popcorn. Maybe we can make a drinking game out of it.
Oh my God, I love a drinking game. You know I love a drinking game.
It'll be fun.
And the other thing is too, like, you know, if you're part of that whole vibe in the Patreon or whatever, you can pitch other movies that we'll watch, because hopefully we'll make this a recurring thing, especially if it's the big motorcycle. Yeah. There was the big motorcycle. Hopefully we can make it like a recurring thing.
Yeah, and also Llamageddon was pitched by someone from the Patreon.
Yeah, that's true.
That's how we got that one.
Yep.
Would you like to do a Love Island update?
You know, there's truly nothing else I would like to do more than a Love Island update.
Okay, let's go for a Love Island update music. A Kinda for Love. Whoa, cut the music.
That was like a different.
Listen, that one went.
That was like
off
different.
The rails.
It was like, who is she?
Who is she?
Who is that?
She must be tired.
She must be. She must be tired. Whoa.
So we did a little different version of that today. So previously on Love Island, who do we have in the villa?
Our two bombshells entered the villa, and that was the Duolingo owl. Post BBL.
Yeah, fresh BBL.
Fresh BBL and a lot of water.
Yeah, and a lot of water is a really hot commodity.
Yeah, a lot of water is turning the heads of both ChatGPT, which of course needs a lot of water to function.
ChatGPT wants to use a lot of water.
And the rainbow fish, who needs a lot of water, because the rainbow fish has spent this whole time gasping for water.
You remember it? We've been saying it from day one. The rainbow fish is dying.
Yeah, and the thing about it, though, is that the rainbow fish was previously with Toomgus. They were building kind of a nice connection, but then Cunty Tinky Winky came into the villa, swept Toomgus away against Toomgus's will, basically, and then allowed the rainbow fish to kind of talk to a lot of water, which is kind of
It's dangerous. It's putting that couple in jeopardy for sure.
The burning pile of furniture is still single on this island.
She would be.
She's just a girl's girl. She's her own character. She's an independent woman. She doesn't need anyone.
She's a firecracker. She's a pocket
rocket.
She's
a pocket rocket. She's a firecracker. She's a dancer.
She's a dancer.
And then, of course, Scrappy Doo bursting out of Mr. Bean's chest and RFK Jr.'s brainworm have been having kind of this really toxic, codependent relationship this whole time. They've been coupled up since the beginning. They're actually the only couple that is they're the only day one couple.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, they're the only OGs. Also, guys, just a side note, Love Island All-Stars has a new season right now.
Yeah?
I strongly suggest watching it so that you can really understand.
It's a sister show?
It's a sister show. Okay, back to our version of Love Island.
Back to the real version of Love Island.
Back to the real version.
Okay, so
last time we asked you to dump someone from the villa, which means that in this episode,
someone is going to
home.
have to unfortunately be dumped from the villa.
Pretty sad. But first, it's time for the Love Islanders to have a challenge.
Oh, okay, so who gets a text?
The rainbow fish gets a text.
The rainbow fish goes, I got the text!
And reads the text. The text says, Islanders, you now gather by the gym.
Yeah, it says, twinkle, twinkle, little snog. Gather around the gym, you hog. And everyone's like, that's kind of
rude.
really aggressive.
Really rude.
But I think it might be a game having to do with snogging or pigs.
Yeah.
So they run to the gym, which is just a pull-up bar outside.
That's correct. And they line up.
In their bikinis for no reason.
That's true. And they split up, and this is what you have to do in the game. And truly, this is a real Love Island.
We are not making this game up. We're just having these characters play this game.
This is a real game.
Where it is a make-out challenge.
So these islanders will make out with other islanders, and then that islander has to rate the kiss, which is so mean.
Do they have blindfolds?
Sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't.
Do they, or this time, or no?
Yeah, they do. Let's give
Sure, they have blindfolds this time.
So, let's say there's a line of islanders, and the first one who's gonna go up and kiss everyone.
Yeah, is...
Let's say it's a lot of water.
Okay, a lot of water is gonna go up and kiss everyone.
So everyone has their blindfolds on.
Yeah.
And a lot of water is like walking super sexy, getting ready to give some snogs out.
Yeah. And how does a lot of water kiss?
So wet.
Like shoots into your mouth, like when you put your mouth on a hose when you're a little kid?
It's like if your mouth was over a bidet.
Oh, that sucks.
Right in the back of your throat.
Oh, that's awful. Okay, so that's what everyone goes and experiences. Everyone is either gagging and choking on the water sprayed into the back of their neck, or
the rainbow fish is like...
The rainbow fish has never felt ecstasy like this before.
The rainbow fish can finally breathe, and for a split second we hear their real voice, which is, oh, I quite like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I quite like that. That's lovely. And then right back to, but like, for a split second,
wow,
really, he gets to be himself.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Really beautiful.
And then ChatGPT makes out with a lot of water and
it's like,
yeah, and then answers like 500 questions immediately.
Yeah.
And like writes a whole email and does like a whole custom art piece.
Okay. They're like immediately fed so much information. And they're loving it. And then who else?
Okay, the next one to go down the line is gonna be the Duolingo owl, the other bombshell that just entered.
And the Duolingo owl and its fresh BBL.
Yeah.
You know what they're doing, which is going to make them stand out from the other islanders.
What? They have a beak, which is also really interesting.
They have a beak.
They do have a beak.
They're taking each islander's hands and they are putting them right on its rumpus.
On its BBL? Yeah. Oh my god. Well, is that cheating?
I mean, it's getting people certainly
That's
excited.
True. If it's getting people horny, it's not cheating.
No, it's Love Island rules. Yeah.
Yeah, in Love Island rules, if whatever you're doing is getting people horny, then you're still winning.
And the Duolingo Owl's version of kissing is essentially
BBL. It's BBL forward.
BBL forward, and it's baby birding. It is
spitting
up its lunch.
So it had a bunch of lunch before this?
Yeah, of course. That was when the lunch break was.
Okay, heard.
So it has to spit up its lunch into each of these islanders' mouths.
Right.
And what are their thoughts on this?
And what are their thoughts on this, folks? I feel like Toomgis has mixed feelings because he is lunch.
Yeah.
So it's
he's snack.
He's snack. That's true.
He's the snack that smiles back, goldfish.
He is. But like in an emergency, he's also lunch. Like in an emergency, his hot dogs and his hamburgers could be lunch.
I have always said that.
In an emergency, they could be dinner. It'd be hard for him to be breakfast, but he does have cinnamon rolls.
He is a snack to the eyes and lunch or dinner to your mouth when you need it.
Yeah, so he's definitely got to feel a little bit mixed about someone else vomiting himself into himself.
What was lunch?
Yeah.
What was crafty that day?
Yeah, what
pad
was
thai?
it? Pad thai. Probably pad thai.
Probably
it's
pad
always
thai.
pad thai nowadays.
It's always pad thai.
At the Love Island fantasy bracket.
These producers suck. They keep serving
pad thai is so good, but one thing
for
every day is really shitty.
Also, like, come on.
You do get sick of something after a while, even if it's good.
Yeah, and also, it's hot out. Like, pad thai is not the food
And the pad thai
you want.
is so hot, too.
It's so hot.
The pad thai is, like, burning, and then once you blow on it and you cool it off, they race it away to a microwave, they put it on for 5 minutes. And you, no, stop.
Yeah, the burning pile of furniture is always being like, this is even too hot for me.
Yeah, the burning pile of furniture is like,
I'm fire.
Yeah. So the burning pile of furniture goes up and kisses everyone next.
They
Obviously,
are scorched.
Burns their faces. They all have to get medical attention. We take a 30-minute intermission while everyone gets a vitamin E gel rubbed on their faces.
Yeah, 30-minute intermission song.
I'm loving it.
Yeah, Love Island is sponsored by McDonald's today. I'm burning.
Okay,
So all of these characters are getting their mouths fixed by our EMTs. Thank you for your service, EMTs. We
Has
come
anyone
back.
like important not kissed?
Yeah, the brainworm.
Oh yeah. Okay.
RFK's brainworm goes down and kisses each person, and it's disgusting.
Yeah, because it's a worm, so it's like RFK, the body puppet, leans forward with his head, and the worm in his brain
It comes out of his ear hole.
goes like and like gets all up in your mouth and goes like
It like licks your teeth.
yeah, it like licks your teeth and your gums.
It's disgusting.
It's so invasive.
It's invasive. It's rude.
It's violating.
It's violating.
Yeah.
And Scrappy
And
Doo
Scrappy-Doo's like-
immediately knows who it is
yeah, Scrappy
because
Doo loves it. Scrappy
Yeah.
Doo's like, oi, oi.
he's like, oi, oi, let me at him, oi, oi, come back inside my mouth, oi, oi.
Scrappy Doo's Cockney for the first time in this episode.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Scrappy Doo's just like, let me at him. Oi, oi.
Oi, oi, and it's like
Just assimilating.
it's like so gross and weird.
It's really gross.
And
They
then
start fighting. You can tell it's part of it.
it's not good. So then at the end of this challenge, like all Love Island challenges, nobody wins.
Everyone is lost at the end of this challenge, especially the audience and especially me.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, we had to watch it.
Yep. So
And it was mostly disturbing.
then the Islanders jog slow motion in their bikinis back to the villa.
And
only
RFK's brainworm is erect.
erect, and you're like, what the fuck is he
what the
erected?
fuck
Was
is he
this
erect
about
for?
Scrappy Doo? Was this
So
about like
gross.
this fucking
Yeah,
like,
he loved going down the line and like
Yeah.
windshield wiping his face against people's teeth.
Yeah, and he
that
loved
fucking
it. Yeah,
psycho.
it was so awful, and he
Ugh.
loved it. You could tell he loved. It wasn't just about the girl he was coupled up with.
No, he loved doing it to every
Everyone,
single
yeah.
one person.
So then
he is a pervert.
Yeah, no, he's really bad. So
Pervert.
then they go back to the villa.
Mm-hmm.
It's lunch.
Again?
It's lunch again.
Is it pad thai?
It's pad thai. It is scolding.
Ugh.
Scalding. It is scolding
It
you.
is scolding you.
It's scolding me.
You're not eating
You're not
this
good
fast
enough.
enough.
It is scalding pad thai.
Yes.
And it out of the pad thai rises the two hosts
Young
of the show,
Sheldon
Young Sheldon and Mark L. Wahlberg.
Wahlberg.
They come out of the pad thai, and as they speak, pad thai obviously falls out of their mouths and eyes,
They spin around each other, like kind of like
being twirled by a giant fork.
yeah,
or
like
giant
being
chopsticks.
being twirled
Yeah,
together
in like a pad thai
this.
tornado.
And they're kind of defying gravity entirely, and
Yeah.
it's just insane.
And they're doing the whole number of Defying Gravity.
Yeah, of
together.
course they are.
And who's who?
well, obviously, young Sheldon has to be Elphaba.
Yeah, I think so. I think so
right?
too.
'Cause he's the Dark Lord.
I think so too. I think he's the dark misunderstood one. And
Yeah.
Mark L. Wahlberg
Is so Glinda.
So Glinda.
Ugh.
He's everywhere. He's so Glinda.
He's so Glinda. He's so Galinda.
He's so Galinda. So yeah, then they say,
Islanders,
there will please gather around the fire pit. Islanders.
So all the Islanders gather around the
Oh,
fire
shit,
pit.
what's gonna happen?
Really, like, terrible music starts playing that, like, insinuates something awful is gonna
Yeah,
happen.
like really freaky, scary music.
and you're
yeah.
like, uh-oh, this doesn't sound like a good thing. The hosts say,
Islanders. There will be there is now right now a surprise recoupling.
all of the Islanders are like,
What? That's so crazy.
What?
Wait, what?
I
But
didn't
we just didn't
anticipate
even
that.
think about
What?
it that way.
but there's an odd number
oh
of
no.
Islanders.
And so the hosts say the Islander that's not picked to be in a couple will be dumped
from
the
the
island.
island.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
oh,
Everyone's
God.
freaking out. Everyone's like, oh no, because like,
no.
oh fuck, you know?
Everyone's immediately crying.
Yeah, everyone's sobbing. Everyone's calling their families.
Yeah, with their phones that the
their
producers
phones that
don't
they-
know they have.
Yeah, they're like beating up the crew, taking their phones back and calling their
They're
families.
calling their family
being,
saying, if I
someone's
don't
gonna be
come home,
dumped
I
from the
love you."
island.
It's awful.
Okay, so the first person
gets
the
to go
hosts
up.
say, who's allowed to go up is Toomgus.
Now, Toomgus has
Right now is in a couple with Tinky Winky.
right, and doesn't really want to be.
No, it was never Toomgus's choice.
It was never Toomgus's
Toomgus
choice.
obviously has unrequited feelings for the rainbow fish, but the rainbow fish seems to have an interest in
A lot of water. So Toomgus starts his recoupling speech.
Yeah, and he goes,
He says, "The girl I'd like to couple up with is someone who I think makes me a better snack.
yep.
Someone who I think brings a lot of dryness to me life in a really beautiful way. What a dry sense of humor this bird has.
Really good. And like, I hope I could bring some flavor to their life.
And what I really like is
They've got such a colourful personality.
they've got a colourful personality, and when I go down low, they taste fishy."
Oh my god! What the?
Yeah, that's the other thing. We don't know this because they've been under the covers, but they've hooked up.
Oh my god!
They've gone to like third base.
That's crazy.
I know. If you were
Okay.
watching the night vision footage, you would have seen
The
but
night vision cam.
Yeah, the night
Oh my
vision
God,
cam.
We gotta cut to the night vision cam one of these days.
Yeah, I mean, we can cut back really quickly to the night vision.
Oh, just a quick flashback to the night vision
cam of Toomgus and the rainbow fish fucking under the covers.
So hard.
It does really look like a fish out of water, just like going like this against underneath
a giant,
the sheets.
7 foot tall snack daddy.
So it's what you would expect.
It is exactly what you'd think it was going to
Cut
be.
back.
He's like, so the girl I'd like to couple up with is the
rainbow fish. Everybody claps politely. The rainbow,
The rainbow
fish
fish's
kind of
face falls.
yeah. The rainbow fish is kind of like, okay.
The rainbow fish goes and stands next to Toomgus, but is like a little bit cold.
Yeah.
And Toomgus is like trying to clock what's going on. There's kind of like an unsure vibe that's like, wait, what is going on?
Yeah, the rainbow fish hasn't even like offered Toomgus one of his scales.
Yeah.
Which is something he would totally do in the past.
Normally, yeah.
Next up is
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT says, "I have spent a long time thinking about my choice. I have run the numbers. I have checked all of my systems. I have searched Yahoo, Google."
Bing.
Bing.
Ask Jeeves. Reddit. I have
Okay.
asked my father.
Yeah, ChatGPT has asked Mr.
I have asked
ChatGPT.
my father for his advice.
I have asked Elon Musk. I have asked Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
And I have come to an answer of who I can use, love the most.
That's really good.
The thing I like about this girl is she is very helpful for my line of work.
She is useful to me. That's why I would like to couple up with a lot of water. Okay,
Oh.
so
Wow.
so a lot of water stands next to ChatGPT, and
She's like,
Oh wow, someone likes me. Okay. Oh, swish, swish, swash, babe. Swish, swish, someone likes me. Swish, swish.
and she immediately pees.
oh my god,
Well,
like in
she's a
Baby
lot
Doll.
of water.
Oh my god.
So she's just leaking pee everywhere, and everybody loves that.
Okay, sure.
They love it.
Great.
They love it.
Okay. Next up, we've got RFK's brainworm. RFK's brainworm goes up, obviously in a couple since day one with Scrappy Doo.
Who do we have left to be chosen?
Scrappy Doo, the Duolingo Owl, the Fire, and Cunty Tinky Winky.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
So,
RFK Jr.'s brainworm gets up there.
and goes, I'd like to couple up with this girl because she's like kind of a lovely girl and I think I could really see a future with her, and she's like right proper bird, and like says all that stuff.
I've liked her since day one. And
Yeah.
everyone's like, okay.
Okay.
And
This
she's
is sweet. He's like, yeah.
yeah, and he goes, I even looked at her Instagram outside of the villa.
And everyone's like, oh my
Oh.
gosh, wow.
And he's like, so the bird I'd like to couple up with is Duolingo Owls BBL. What?
Everyone's like putting their hands over their face and stuff,
Everyone's
and like
like,
crying. Like
are you
the
talking-
Fire is like crying.
Scrappy Doo is like, let me out, I'm
And then the hosts come in and they're like, hey, RFK Jr.'s brainworm, just so you know, it's not the owl's BBL you'd be coupling up with, it's the owl. You get the whole owl. Like, the BBL is part of it.
We understand that you are just the worm of RFK Jr., but this is different.
The owl is the whole owl, it's not just the BBL.
And he's like, I'd quite like to couple up with the BBL.
And exactly.
Yeah, we get that.
We know, but like, just so you know, it's not that.
You have to accept this woman for her entirety. And he's like, I would really like to just pay attention to the BBL.
Couple up with that BBL.
And they're like, yeah, but it's kind of the whole thing. And he's like, yeah, I'm just going to pay attention to the BBL.
I've liked that BBL since day one. So, obviously, Scrappy-Doo is fucking devastated. Like, just sobbing. And then the fire is coming over to try to hug Scrappy-Doo because they're friends, but then is burning her. So, it's like hard. And then Cunty Tinky Winky
is next.
So Cunty Tinky Winky stands up and it has to pick between the fire and Scrappy-Doo, and they're holding hands like how they always do when it's the last two girls. Sobbing, holding hands, being like, what have I been? I love you.
And the thing is, this is for a place on the island.
Yeah, this isn't just for a couple. This is for the continuation to go forward on your love journey.
Someone's about to be dumped, and it's going to be an OG girl.
Yeah, someone's. Sad. Oh my God, you're right.
Right?
It's the fire, and it's Scrappy. Oh my God, someone from the original 6 is going to be dumped. That sucks.
So sad.
Okay, so then we cut to obviously a commercial for like 20-30 minutes.
It's so long.
It's like one commercial, 20-30 minutes. Cut back.
Yeah.
And then Cunty Tinky Winky goes, and then the subtitle says, I would like to couple up with this person because maybe we could have a spark.
Underneath it says, I really feel like I've been misunderstood in this villa, and I think this girl might just like the things I can play on my tubby TV.
It could really be either of them. And then so he says, so the girl I want to couple up with is...
And on the tubby TV...
Cut to commercial. Cut to another commercial. Cut to 18 more commercials. Cut back. Cut to slow push-ins on everyone's face as we repeat that moment again. And then...
And then he says, underneath him it says, the girl I'd like to couple up with is... And then on his tubby TV...
iPad stomach.
We see a picture of... the burning pile of furniture.
Oh my God.
The burning pile of furniture and Tinky Winky are now a couple.
Falls to the ground sobbing, turns to Scrappy. It's like, I'm so sorry. I don't want you to leave. I wanted it to be you. They're like sobbing, hugging.
Is devastated.
Scrappy-Doo is obviously a fighter. Scrappy-Doo is a pocket rocket. Scrappy-Doo is never going to like let someone else have the last word.
Mark L. Wahlberg says, unfortunately, Scrappy-Doo bursting out of Mr. Bean's chest. That means that you are single and therefore dumped from the island. Any last words?
Scrappy-Doo says, why, I oughta tell you, someone here isn't who they say they are. And then everyone's like, what?
And he goes, and it's me. Scrappy-Doo rips off
his own face,
revealing in a very Scooby-Doo fashion that he is the mayor.
What? It was the mayor the whole time, and if you don't understand what we're saying in Scooby-Doo logic, you can take off anyone's face skin at any point, and they are the mayor.
And they are the
mayor. And
mayor.
they can be the mayor who did the crime, okay? So if you don't get with that, you need to go back to Scooby-Doo school.
Yeah, go back to Scooby-Doo school
if you don't understand that. If you don't know that.
Scooby-Doo.
Go back to Scooby-Doo.
Go back to Scooby-Doo.
If you don't fuck with that, go back to Scooby-Doo. Go do your Scooby-Doo.
Go to your Scooby-Doo.
So then, oh no, but it's the mayor.
Everyone's like, oh my God, the mayor of Love Island?
Which means all their taxes are going to go up.
This is devastating.
This is devastating for everyone because now that they've kicked the mayor off of
the island, all
taxes
their
taxes
are going to be through the roof.
Okay,
I hate when that happens.
Well, the mayor runs away into a spaceship that
shoots him away.
Shoots into the
That takes him away to another planet, Mr. Bean's planet.
Everyone gets their tax return, and it's shit.
It's absolutely awful.
It's awful, and everyone's like, "Fuck! God damn it!
Fuck! We should not have eliminated that girl."
No, and everyone's mad at RFK, especially
the burning pile of furniture. That was my
Gail. Yeah. So now ladies and gentlemen, the Love Island couples are RFK Jr.'s Brainworm and the Duolingo Owl post BBL.
Tinky Winky and a burning pile of furniture.
Chat GPT and a lot of water.
And of course,
Toomgus and the Rainbow Fish.
okay, so we've got 4 couples in the island. It is a crazy time.
Every season of Love Island obviously has Casa Amor. So
If you don't know what Casa Amor is, it's the, according to Love Island logic, ultimate test.
Yeah.
Where they bring the girls and the guys, but in this case, just like 2 separate groups of characters.
Yeah.
Will separate into 2 separate villas.
Yep.
And they will have all
singles
new
come in,
singles
hot
come
singles
in.
come in to see if they click better with one of these singles. So it's like
It's like a test of, are you gonna cheat or not?
yeah.
And so we're gonna need a lot of new bombshells coming in very soon.
Yeah, so while we're leading up to Casa Amor, please let us know as many bombshells as you want so that we can function that in. And that was
The Love
Island Fantasy Bracket Update.
Music. A time out for love. Also, shout out to one of our executive producers, Kyle from the
we love
Patreon. Who came up with the brilliant idea of Scrappy Doo taking off somebody's face.
Yeah, and then we were like, it's gonna be
we
his
were
own
like,
face.
it's gonna be his own face.
Which is a twist. But
So
yeah,
were
if
you surprised, Kyle?
If you are you surprised, Kyle? Are you entertained?
Are you entertained, Kyle?
So yeah, but if you're part of that group, you can freaking pitch a whole bunch of stuff.
Go
for
join the
Love Island.
Patreon, and we can make Love Island worse
We can
together.
make Love Island.
we can
worse
make
together.
Love Island
worse together.
worse together. Oh. Okay, guys. Also, really quickly,
Yeah.
something we wanted to update you on. So, the weekend before my birthday, we went to the mountains. We went to Idlewild. We
It was very
hung
fun.
out. It was so fun.
It was very fun.
Here is something you need to do at home that we did in the mountains with our friends. That was like, this is the best thing kind of ever to do.
Oh, the game?
What game?
Oh, you say your
Okay.
thing and then I'll
Oh,
say my thing.
Oh, I know what game.
Yeah.
Okay, the first thing you got to do with your friends. This is just like, and this is going to be so fun for you. If you are under the influence of anything, or even if you're not, here's what you're going to do. You're going to play ocean documentaries on the TV.
Oh my god, it was so funny.
Essentially like Planet Earth starring
but
whales.
like ocean themed Planet Earth. Yeah.
And accompanying that,
Yeah.
you are going to play the soundtrack of Shark Tale.
Which is so sexual. It is so sexual.
It sexualizes all of the fish inadvertently, and it is awesome.
It is. We were sobbing laughing.
It works really well.
Yeah.
Like, it's
It
just
really does. They'll like introduce a new fish right as a new song starts, and it'll be like 2 fish doing a weird mating dance, like to the most sexual song. It's amazing.
they'll have like a whale, like essentially a whale dancing, and you just hear like working at the car wash.
Yeah, it's really good.
Whoa. It's amazing. And here's the other thing
Yeah.
too. It is essentially like, you know how all of the Disney animated classics are becoming live movies?
right.
There's
right.
no
like
way
how the Lion King was live.
there's no way they're going to do that for DreamWorks.
Right.
But they can if you do this.
If you do it yourself.
If you do this, you're creating your own Shark Tale live action version.
And isn't that what we're all supposed to do in this life?
And I've been searching for that for years.
Another really good thing that we discovered in Idlewild was this game called
Whose Foot Is on
My
Your Foot?
It started in a jacuzzi that was too small, and
And then it morphed
it
into,
morphed into just a bunch of people in a room.
get your friends,
yeah, everyone.
and have everyone lay down on the ground.
Have one person close their eyes and
lay down.
extend their foot and lay down.
They close their eyes. One of your friends will gently put their foot on their foot.
In whatever way they want. They can put the whole foot on the foot. They can touch it a little bit, whatever.
They close their eyes and everybody chants,
Whose foot is on your foot?
And then they have to guess, and I will say
have 5 seconds.
99% of the time, they're going to be wrong.
They're going to be wrong. And you go 5, 4,
4,
3,
3,
2,
2, 1. And then when they guess wrong, which they will, you go, you lose!
Yeah.
You lose.
Yeah.
And then the cycle continues.
It's really good.
I have a video of whose foot is on that foot. We can put it in so you can see live the video of
It's
whose
a really
foot is on
important
that
game.
foot.
Oh, it's so gentle. I want to say
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Is it Austin Sandwich?
Those are just some goodies from us to you.
Yeah, and remember to check out the Patreon. We've always got stuff going on there.
We also hypothetically potentially might have some cool stuff moving forward with the podcast, and we'll let you guys know about that when it becomes more concrete. But just know that we're really excited about continuing to do this, and
hopefully getting in some fun guests.
Yeah,
and
hopefully
such.
we're gonna be able to be in a situation where we can bring in guests. So, also, if there are guests that you would love, why don't you let us know in the comments?
Yeah, let us know who you'd like to see on the podcast.
Yeah.
And thanks so much for hanging. We'll see you at movie night on the 23rd.
23rd,
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
PST.
Thursday, January 23rd, on our Patreon. Fuck it up, ladies and gentlemen.
It's going to be so stupid.
It's Lamageddon. And if you missed this one, you can always go to the next one. But I would say if you can make this one, do it. Why not? It's going to be fun. The world is bad. Why not hang out with us having fun?
Pop some popcorn, crack a beer open.
Pop
if you're
some
of
poppers,
age,
crack your eggs.
and then let's watch it together. This whole time I've been Syd.
I've been Olivia, and my elbows are crazy
Why?
because I keep hitting the things with them. But they're all fucked up.
A perfect outro.
I'm Olivia.
I've been Syd.
And thank you for watching Syd and Olivia Talk Shit.
Olivia's elbows are fucked up.
My elbows are just a little fucked up.
And we'll see you next time.
Next time.
Bye.
Bye.